arrive for like 2 weeks. It never arrived. Apparently, when it was ordered, it was already on a back order. That means they ran out of stock, and probably they may not get the same item in stock. And yeah, so what I did is I turned to my friend Amazon and ordered a ordered the awning from Amazon. So once it arrives, I'm gonna quickly install that with my handyman. So this way, the water problem on my second floor can be resolved. It could be fun solving water problems. In fact, at some point in my life, I remember solving a huge water problem around my basement. Heck, it was constantly getting flooded from almost every hurricane that's out there, and it was just like, oh my god, I can't believe this. It's just happening happening over and over and again. And what I did is I whipped out a waterproofing system around my patio, around my house, and it had to do like with excavating all around the house and putting a bunch of waterproofing pipes, creating a drainage system. Remind me not to ever do that again. Needless to say, if anybody wants an advice or some consultation, you can most certainly reach out to me if you wanted to learn more about waterproofing. So right now I'm actually heading out to get some smoothie. It's interesting how things turn out. Things don't work, and then you'd be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna do the next task. So what's the next task? The next task, I already had a little bit of cranberry muffin. I had plenty of opportunities to eat a lot of food. I just need to throw a bunch of garbage out of here. So I'm probably gonna take this with me, a bunch of garbage, and throw it out, and then I'll probably get a coffee smoothie. So oh my god, I have so much garbage that I need to throw out, guys. It's not even funny from all the coffee. So yeah, guys, that's what's up. All right, it's time for me to go ahead and throw some garbage out. I'm in front of my friendly Donut Delight place. From time to time, I get cranberry muffins out of here, and today it was one of those days when I grabbed one. I created a workshop just to kind of just to take you guys with me to eat some cranberry muffin. But today I'm actually heading out a little bit further. I got my iPhone with me and I'm ready to go. So guys, check this out. The iPhone is like my virtual assistant. So you gotta have two iPhones when you are on your journey of spending money, guys. And of course, the journey comes with two chargers, one for regular iPhone and the other one is for the USB-C iPhone. But this is how it works, guys. Effectively, when you spend money on a go, you get opportunities from all sorts of gig economy apps, whether it's your Proxy Pics taking app where you spend money just by taking pictures and being a happy camper, or by providing consultation to bougie boss moms over 40 how to attract leads, or by whipping out a bunch of automations, whatever the case may be. Hello guys, hello. So we got a lot of interesting folks over here. We got Arte Demiri. And thank you guys for allocating a little bit of your time and joining me on this beautiful journey. I got late today in Home Depot. I went there, I decided to get an awning to solve my water problem. Needless to say, it turns out they didn't have my awning, even though I ordered them. But I guess they ran out of stock, so that was kind of interesting. And yeah, running out of stock could be crazy. But yeah, guys, this is how it works. When you run out of stock, interesting things happen. They just don't deliver anything. So some of you will say, well, how is it relevant to TikTok shop dropshipping and luxury pet moms over 40, bougie boss moms over 40? How's any of that relevant? Well, you see, guys, life happens irregardless of your niche or whatever it is that you do. Sooner or later, you're going to be faced with the circumstance where you have to get up and do something fun. Maybe, I don't know, install an awning to prevent water coming in from from the top of the window, and prevent all sorts of costly problems. So hello, fellow Russian origin guy. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time, Maverick, and joining this live. I figured I'd go ahead and we'll squabble up together and hit this party started. And I'll take you guys with me. It's a beautiful adventure. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're heading out right now after I got played by Home Depot. I was thinking about maybe getting a smoothie. You know, I'm kind of up for a smoothie, but then again, every time I think of a smoothie, I'm like, man, I don't know, smoothie kind of a lot of sugar and I just, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't get smoothie. Maybe I should just continue driving until I discover an opportunity that will take place sooner or later if I keep driving to the new destination. And that new destination is every day new, every day, guys. So for example, today the destination was whipping out a shortcut that makes it easy for me to blast my live workshops on the go. That was my mental destination when I woke up in the morning. I quickly whipped out that automation, made it operationalized, created a sales page on Gumroad and listed it over there, so this way you guys could get that automation and use it for your business. And of course, the next thing that I'm going to be whipping out is a bunch of other automations that will make it super easy to do more than just blasting workshops. One of the interesting automations that I'm working on is iPhone engagement machine. I talked about it a little bit of time and some of the other workshops, but what it allows you to do, it just allows you to quickly respond back to your leads with the teleprompter app directly inside of your secondary iPhone. I try to use multiple iPhones because it's just your productivity skyrockets, especially when you have two iPhones. You could be doing like live on one iPhone, another iPhone, you're gonna be running those automations that are just prescriptive based automations that guide you what to do, how to do it, and you don't really have to think what to say on a teleprompter app or how to do it, and you just like, it just works. And then not only does it work, it stitches your video directly with iMessage, and you could reply back to a lead when a lead reaches out to you from I don't know where. And of course you could service the lead on a go, provide consultation advice, spawn some extra money from that, from consulting, from many different things. Every day is different. Sometimes what I do is I do cybersecurity training and consulting for that. So if you guys wondering, like, there's many different things in life that can take place. When you're doing all those different activities, guys, you have to decide which activity is the best for you. And of course, some activities could be amazing and other activities could be like, I don't know if they're amazing. Maybe they're somewhat boring. So try to decide, guys, what activity is going to be the most amazing for you. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to build a TikTok shop dropshipping store and sell some products, luxury pet products, and get other people to create content for you? Or maybe you want to become a high cardinality heterogeneous consultant with a super sophisticated skill sets that allow you to earn money by providing consulting for big financial organizations. Or maybe you want to do something more. So remember, guys, so BMW behind you, BMW. I'm in Greece and it's 11 p.m. Bro, BMW. Yeah, you know what? I had a Porsche a while ago. You know, that was the biggest lemon car. I could probably get a couple of Lambos if I wanted to, but I don't know. I don't get the fulfillment out of money anymore, guys. I get the fulfillment out of chasing money, but not out of money. I don't know how to explain that. Guys, I hope that makes sense. I know some of you will say, well, holy smokes, I'd like to have a Lambo. I mean, this year was a crazy year. I made a lot of money this year, guys, just from stocks and real estate. But what I do is I don't really whatever the money that you make is just after a certain point, you never really think about it. Like, after you reach the point where you're making close to 70 G's per year, you never really think about money. Now, some will argue and will say, no, that is, 70 G's is nothing. I get it. I know. But that's just how it is, guys. Like, you don't really need a lot of money to have fulfillment. That's the idea, guys. You don't really need to have a lot of money to have fulfillment. What I want to do? Yeah. Guys, think about it. What do you want to do? Do you want to become a plumber? I used to have a Greek plumber who installed me a tankless water heater. That tankless water heater, the plumber was really respectable and installed something really, like a very good machinery. Except the problem is he used some parts that are not necessarily designed for natural gas, but designed for liquid propane. And I was suffering for the next 10 years trying to figure out why my water constantly turn off and turn on. Needless to say, I managed to figure out an entire field of plumbing just by troubleshooting all of those tankless water heaters. So in a way, I want to thank that Greek plumber for making my life a bit miserable, but at the same time preventing me from being a complete failure, because effectively, as you guys know, blue-collar jobs with skillful tradesmen, professional, like plumbing job, HVAC, anything like this, as you guys know, this is where the money is going to be at in that area. If you don't have those skills, guys, it's not the same as trying to fix your own tankless water heater and going through trials, failures, triumphs, and tribulations on a regular basis until you finally recognize how everything works. And at that point, you get that experience. And now, keep something in mind, that experience can come from your everyday life, you building solutions around your house. And the system that the Greek plumber installed was something that they use in Greece. And don't get me wrong, it's a great system. It's just it was breaking down because the part was really like a different part. The only way I was able to figure that out was 10 years later. After every 2 weeks, I would have a tankless water heater breaking down, and I'm like, damn, let me change this part, let me change that part. I'd be asking every plumber around the corner in America to solve the problem. It was almost impossible for them to solve the problem because they would be using tanks, not tankless water heaters. The whole, you know, like the whole concept of using any other kind of things that are not American. Well, you get to sacrifice your time trying to figure things out when you decide to make a decision like this, like buying, I don't know, a Japanese toilet or Greek style of tankless water heaters or anything like this. But needless to say, guys, like here's what happened to me. When I figured out a way for how to fix those tankless water heaters, I only figured out a way for how to fix them 10 years later. And that was thanks to ChatGPT. After scanning my entire tankless water heater for clues, ChatGPT told me, oh, what's up with that part? I literally scanned the whole tankless water heater. I said, look, evaluate every serial number, every part number, everything you see, and tell me what do you see wrong. Be specific. And I described the symptoms for the past 10 years that I had. And guys, surprise, surprise, it told me exactly what the problem was. It told me, well, you had a igniter that was designed for liquid propane and not natural gas. Boy, oh boy, was I mad at that point, but at the same time delightful for this problem being solved. Never again. So I want to be a CIA agent working as a spy in Russian Federation. Oh my God, this, you know what? I'm actually heading out to Russia. This comment can get me into trouble because in Russia, what they do, they scan your social media accounts. So if they see something weird or anything like this, they'd be like, oh, this guy's a spy, and boom, you have trouble. So guys, look, if you want to be a CIA agent, I don't know anything about that, but if you want to become somebody who, like, like somebody who doesn't necessarily care about profession too much, but more like a free-spirited, oriented person who just kind of does whatever you want. Whatever you want, whenever you like, however you feel, however you like. But of course, being respectful, of course, playing by the rules and boundaries and regulations of anything that you deal with, but not necessarily. Sometimes you could bend the rules. And the bending part is what gets a lot of people surprised. They really, like when I tell people, hey, I did so many different things in terms of dealing with HVAC, plumbing, and didn't get any permits or anything like this. They look at me with an eyebrow raised and wondering, well, how is it possible? Well, guys, the reason why it's possible is because I'm well versed in not only plumbing, HVAC, and all other kind of skillful trades, but also in real estate investing, where the concept of how things are possible don't necessarily matters. Why? Because even if, let's say, you didn't do something by the rules completely, concretely, and didn't take out any permits or anything like this, and you whipped out, I don't know, like a very powerful, I don't know, something you built around the house, something really good, but let's say you didn't get any permits. So what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Well, the worst thing that they could tell you, break down the whole house. Worst thing. But needless to say, there's certain rules in certain places that you could bend, and if you've been doing this for quite some time, you quickly understand what those rules are. Now, keep something in mind, the whole concept of hiring contractors in America, this whole concept is kind of tied in the direction of making you pay more for a contractor versus figuring out things yourself, versus doing it together with like a handyman, versus just kind of building whatever heck you want to build. And then if you once you finish building, and if you're scared about what to do with the permits, don't worry, sell the house. You're going to get a good value out of it, especially if you have real estate investing background. You're going to get a good value out of it, guys. Now, is it worth the trouble, you thinking about permits or anything like this? Well, sometimes yes, depending on who you work with, you don't want to get sued, and etc., etc. But is it truly worth it? If you bought a house for many generations and trying to save incredible amount of time and money on anything that you do, is it truly worth it for you to worry about permits or anything like this? The answer is absolutely not, guys. Like literally, I had an opportunity to do so many different things with permits, and I didn't do any of this with any of the permits, guys. Nothing. Now I asked my handyman, who has 40 years of experience in plumbing. I asked I asked him, actually one of them, I asked a Greek plumber. I said, look, what do you think about me building this? And he was like, and I told him, I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to build like a nice unit in my house. What do you think about that? And he told me, and he said, you know what? Don't worry, build it. For the past 40 years, I haven't had anybody who would come in and knock on my door and discover something that I have built. So guys, look, at the end of the day, what's the worst thing that could happen? In some cases, you get fined, you get whatever, you remove things out of whatever you build. But once you understand the processes, whatever you build, you could remove, you could destroy, you could rebuild multiple times. Once you understand how it works, it becomes effortless, irregardless of what kind of project you build, irregardless of whether you do HVAC. I had so many people saying, hey, do we need an HVAC license? I'm like, well, you need to have a EPA refrigerant license, but hey, what if I told you a way for how to save thousands of dollars on installing your central air conditioning unit without having any licenses? Would you be open to listen? Well, some people will say, yeah, and some people won't. Why? Because it takes a little bit of time to understand those mechanics, guys. But once you understand the mechanics of how to kind of bend the rules, yet still play by the rules, you're going to be smooth sailing through your life, guys. You're going to be spawning money from different areas of expertise. So ChatGPT can do that. Yeah, absolutely. ChatGPT can do that. It can scan everything inside of your tankless water heater. And not only water heater, I mean, heck, you should see some of my automations that I whipped out. You'll be surprised what it can do. Like literally when I'm going live, I have an automation set up on my phone that just like you hit a button. I'll probably set it up to, instead of even hitting the button, just say the voice and it will promote my workshop while I'm on a go. That workshop gets dropped across multiple socials without me having to do anything. I designed an automation for my house to repair my tankless water heater, guys, remotely, as crazy as it sounds. Some of you will say, well, how do you do that? Well, take a look at my bio link. Go on my bio link and see for yourself. Go bio.link/Freedom Fusion System. You're gonna quickly see, guys. You're gonna see a way for how you could control anything around your house, any kind of smart home device, to repair any kind of problem that you are facing with any of those tankless water heaters or any kind of systems, HVAC appliances, anything like this, guys. You could totally automate. And heck, I'm gonna give you the entire tech stack that you could use to take control of your boiler. If you wanted to take control of your boiler, let me go ahead and give you the tech stack. You guys ready? So here's what you guys got to use. Step number one, use Voice Monkey. Voice Monkey allows you to connect to your Amazon. Everybody got Amazon Echo, right? Don't tell me, guys, you don't have Amazon Echo. I know you guys got Amazon Echo. And a lot of people have already Amazon Echo hooked up to all sorts of things around the house, like thermostats, tankless water heaters, smart plugs, everything. So why aren't you using something like Voice Monkey to go ahead and connect your Amazon appliances to your own personal chatbot through the Voice Monkey to your iPhone? So this way you could whip out and say voice commands like, yo, my water is hot, go ahead and my water is not working, go ahead and fix it. And it just does it. Now, some of you will say, well, how does it fix it? Well, install a bunch of, in my particular case, my tankless water heater was breaking because I had this part that was supposedly designed for for liquid propane versus natural gas. So as a workaround, I installed a quick smart plug to reboot my entire tankless water heater, but I wanted to do that remotely and I didn't really want to remember anything. When my Airbnb guests complain, I just want to be like, I bet, and it just kind of fixes on its own. Like, how do you do this? Well, guys, if you want to learn how to use robotics, how to integrate any kind of automations around your home, smart homing automations for anything on the go with your iPhone or anything like this that allows you to win more time, then definitely, guys, take a look at my Freedom Fusion automations that I'm whipping out directly right here on this channel, and make it super available for luxury pet moms over 40 and other kind of people who want to use those automations. And heck, if you want to take a look, go to my buy link. Quickly, you will see the boiler, automating your boiler. Now, this automation was a little nuts. The next one that I designed was, I was really pissed off about my neighbors walking around and with their dog, and when they walk around the dog, help, I'm in the boot. ChatGPT, Joe Ellis is in the boot. Clarify a little bit more your position of what you mean on the boot, and I'll try to elaborate a little bit. And thank you guys for joining this channel and being part of this journey, this feudal journey of becoming a digital feudal lord, a person who's spawning money on the go and giving you guys the wings of freedom to do the same. My name is Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified teacher for the state of Connecticut, full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer, and your ticket to freedom. What I do is I help luxury pet moms over 40 and digital sis build their feudal kingdom. Whether that feudal kingdom is having your own TikTok shop dropshipping empire where you get a bunch of people promoting your products and services, or if you wanted to promote other people's products and services, whatever the case may be, we do have an interesting community that is explicitly designed for such moms. TikTok shop dropshipping 101 community that is perfect for anybody who wants to build their store and sell products, pet products, learn how to find viral products, and use all sorts of Freedom Fusion automations to get ahead of your ideal customer profile, to squabble up together with a bunch of suppliers from China to get very good products delivered to your fulfillment center and TikTok, and basically spawn some extra income from reselling those products. So that's how it works. And of course, guys, it takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of time to navigate through all of those high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities. But needless to say, I promise you're going to be able to find that time. I promise you're going to discover your freedom, but it will take a little bit of time, guys, as I mentioned. So the first thing I wanted to let you guys know, once you start discovering all of those skills within you, whether it's plumbing skills or TikTok shop dropshipping skills or HVAC skills or any other kind of incredible skills that you already perhaps have, what you want to be doing, you want to be operationalizing them and getting them in front of people. In order for your skills to be seen in front of other people, you truly want to be resonating with people's needs and wants. The key is resonating with people's needs and wants. In order to pull this off, guys, you would need to, how should I say that? You would truly need to ask yourself, what is it that you want to be? Do you want to be a technician, like HVAC technician, or do you want to be a feudal lord? Kind of ask yourself a question. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a HVAC technician or a feudal lord? If you want to be a feudal lord, then you need to decide which one, whether digital or physical. If you decide to be a digital feudal lord, then there's going to be some tokens of opportunities that you need to create by building that digital feudal kingdom and providing the opportunities for others as you grow in your feudal kingdom, giving them the feudal share. So this way other people can cultivate that feudal kingdom for you, one feudal land at a time. Now, keep something in mind as you're navigating through high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities. The road to success is going to be twisted, full of all sorts of turns and unexpected kind of things that you're going to go through. But initially, you're not going to know exactly like how to solve some of those problems that you're going to be facing in life. And sooner or later, you're going to be asking questions. Well, what is it that I could do for myself that will make me money and make money on the go? So this way I'm like super lazy, I don't have to think too much, and it just happens. Like, how do I do this? So, and of course, a lot of people think about the same thing, and I thought about it the same thing. Well, how do I make money on the go, and what is the best way, and how can I get through to people that this is really possible? And what I came up with is the following solution. This solution is going to change your life, guys. It's going to make it super easy for you to earn additional extra income on the go, at your own pace, without feeling like you're overwhelmed or anything like this, and still being able to do that throughout many years, meaning Over many years you will be spawning money, and all you do is just follow those steps. I'm going to describe which steps you want to follow in order to earn money in a go, and I will give you the formula that will change your life. So the first thing which you guys got to do, you have to kind of ask yourself, well, what is it that I'm good at? Maybe you're good in, I don't know, repairing boilers or tankless water heaters, or maybe you're good in, I don't know, promoting pet products. Maybe you're good in petting dogs and cats, and you just love pets, cats, and dogs, and you wanted to do something with it, but you just don't know what it is that you can do that can help you spawn money. So what you do is you take whatever the interest that you like, and you operationalize it in what's so-called solutions, small solutions that you execute based on your energy level. So for example, today I went ahead and I went to get a cranberry muffin and Donut Delight. And when I went there, I was like, man, you know what? Let me have that muffin. But also, while having that muffin, I thought about it. I was like, wait a second. Is there anything that I could do beyond the muffin while getting myself kind of, while letting people know like what I'm doing, what I'm building? So what I did is I whipped out an iPhone and I showed you guys some of my Freedom Fusion automations that I whipped out right in front of you that just makes it super easy for you to understand how I'm producing value. And of course, guys, this is an example of becoming the next wave of creators and kind of showing exactly what you're up to, how you grow in your business, and how you're doing this on a go. Like, guys, this is, I mean, not everybody can do this because it does take a little bit of time, especially if you're constantly on a go, going from Home Depot to another Home Depot, traveling, spending money, doing all sorts of projects. Things become hard over time, but if you operationalize some of those pieces, guys, you're dealing with on everyday basis, then it becomes super easy. So like, what I mean by that, so guys, look, here's what I mean by that. Sooner or later you're gonna get hit with a huge bill, thousands of dollars, and you're not gonna know what to do with it. Now imagine, what if you could prevent that situation of being hit with a huge bill and know exactly what to do with it, how to pay for it. Imagine if I told you that I have a way for you to pay your big bill, and all you need to do is just join this channel and watch through some of my videos, and I'll be giving you some of those strategies to help you make money. Now, those strategies are going to be across multiple areas. It's going to be not only how to make money, but how to save money, but also across many different interests. And keep something in mind, like when you have money, you also don't want to lose money. So obviously there's going to be circumstances where you're going to be on a go doing things like Home Depot projects, and you want to make money. You don't want to lose money, you want to save money. So you definitely want to tap into some tax saving strategy. In some of my workshops, I showed you guys how I saved like $1,000 from simply just switching my insurance, looking at my junk mail and switching to my insurance. And that was something. I was like, man, I can't believe I just saved $1,000 per year. That, you know, things like that. If you guys ever had a chance to sit down and look at your junk mail, think about it. Your junk mail is the key to money. If somebody told me that like 10 years ago, I would think they're crazy. How? Now, keep something in mind. Like, I didn't think of how either. One day I was bored and I opened up my junk mail and I see an offer, and inside of that offer, I see a little number and a little pie chart saying, hey, did you know that 80% of homeowners apparently don't renew their insurance or don't bother checking their rates, etc. And I thought about it. I was like, wait a second, I think I fall into that statistics. And sure enough, I was able to save some money on my insurance by just switching the insurance agent. I managed to save close to $1,000. And I mean, sheesh, that was me just kind of opening up junk mail. Can you imagine how many other savings you could extract out of it just by kind of opening up your junk mail? The other way that I like to spend money is with Freedom Fusion automations. The way it works is I open up the phone, and as soon as I open up the phone, of course, I got to type the password, but the idea is relatively simple. And the idea is, let's say you go live, and let's say you wanted to whip out a shortcut. Let's say you wanted to let people know that you go live, and you really want to let everybody on all social platforms go live. But of course, for you to do that, you need to manually do this on a phone and hit all those buttons. And I mean, that's just too much work. What if I want to let people know that I'm live across
Insta, Threads, Pinterest. And what if I wanted to do that in real time, meaning like right now? So how do you do that? And of course, this is where those Freedom Fusion automations kick in. It just makes it super easy for people to break through, for you to break through to your ideal customer profile, and just with a bunch of automations be able to execute them and hit the ground running. This is what the automations look like. And of course, the best way you could execute them is through the phone or through voice. So what I'm gonna do in the next couple of weeks is whip out some ways that you could execute them with just a voice command to give basic, to kind of to remove yourself from even having to press any buttons. So how does it work? Okay, this is how it works. Effectively, there would be a Siri shortcut that is connected to the shortcut that is pre-created ahead of time, that includes all sorts of instructions for you to do while you want to go. So let's say you go to Home Depot and you have a lot of projects to do and you wanted to spawn some money on a go and get other people's involved into your journey. So you naturally go ahead and you take a phone and you create a live workshop. And while you're creating that live workshop, you're explaining everything to people. And of course, how do you let everybody know about your live workshop so other people can join across all social platforms? How do you do this quick, and how do you do this on a go without you having to be like a process prisoner and doing all things, clicking on things, and just do it with a voice? Was just be like, yo, blast my workshops, and boom, it just does it. Like, how do you do it like that? Can you guys imagine if you could do it like that? Well, it's fairly easy with those Freedom Fusion automations. That's precisely what you get. But in this particular case, it's semi-automated. I like semi-automated way because it gives me the wings of freedom to personalize it more, to include it more, like in a additional information when I'm blasting that across multiple socials. It gives me additional granularity, which I wouldn't be able to do if I was to just fully automate it. But needless to say, guys, if you're interested in learning how to operationalize your workshops and while you're going live, and do so at your own pace on a go and just save incredible amount of time, then trust me, this works. So the other thing that I wanted to tell you is the following. Like, guys, at some point you're going to be spawning money from not just your workshops, not just from your sales. You're going to be spawning money from overall trust that you create across social platforms. Keep something in mind, people are not going to be looking at one particular solution. They're going to see the overall trust factor that you create while you are getting other people involved into your journey. In order to create that trust factor, you want to become the next wave of creators. The next wave of creators have the following properties that keeps them ahead of the game. Number one, they understand the margins. Number two, they understand how to get other people involved quickly into their journey. And number three, they give opportunities for other people. So if you guys want to learn how to do all of those three things, DM the word PATH on my Insta and I'd love to help you out. Anyway, that's it, guys, for now. I'm gonna get going and I'll see you next time.